Hey, this is Overman 504. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. And if this is not your first time to the channel, welcome back. I started traveling at about 16 years old, traveling the world. During the summertime, I was overseas. In New Orleans has a strong culture of brass band music, jazz music. That saved me, from working during the summer or running with the wrong people. I wasn't influenced by what anybody else was doing at that time anyway, like as far as the street stuff, because I was playing my horn. I don't have the story of the horn saved my life and, when I was a youngster. It saved my life more so as an adult, but not as a youngster. I mean, because I wasn't in the street. I wasn't a street kid. I was in hood, even though I grew up in the hood. I looked at all of that foolishness like it was what it is, foolishness. Won't be a gangster and be tough. I never met a rich gangster. They all wound up dead and in jail. So that was never appeasing to me. So I don't have that story of when I was younger, the horn saved my life. No, that's not my story. My story is that the horn helped me become an alcoholic. Because I was around free booze, free food. I was around the community. I was a part of the community. It was inevitable for me because I like that kind of stuff, because I grew up in the church and everything that they preached, in the church. When I got into the world, I was sheltered a little bit, but when I got into the world, I wanted to have a drink too. That being said, traveling the world at 16, 17, 18, brought my first car in senior high school. So I had access to all the clubs and all the bars, which it was normal for me to get a drink if I wanted one. But it didn't really become a problem until I remember when I said this might be a problem. I remember because I used to could drink, and if I go to sleep after drinking in the daytime, I wouldn't have no more for like a few days. But once that tolerance built up, before you know it, I go to sleep and want to drink some more. And that's when I knew things was changing. I just thought I was getting older, or I could handle my liquor better. I didn't know nothing about tolerance. Then I was smoking weed. I started smoking weed and cigarettes, putting all that foolish stuff in my body. And then every time you see me, I was the party. It's time to play the gig, and I'm like this, loaded. Give me a beer. All of that foolishness. Because I thought it was cool. You know why I thought it was cool? I thought it was cool because the older musicians that was older than me was doing it. So I thought it was cool too. They doing it, I can do it too. But you know what? I'm telling all the young musicians now, if y'all see some older musicians, drinking and smoke, that ain't cool. Go the opposite way. Don't do it. It's a setup. The same cycle I fell into. Some of the dumbest stuff I could have ever done. Set up for failure later on in life. You need to be around the musicians like I am now. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do none of that. That's who you need to be around. And if you see me coming, ask me some questions. How you did it. You could do it. You could break that cycle. Yes, you can be a young alkie at 20, 21. Or a weed head. I see weed heads at 16 now. And I just look at it like, oh, that's a damn shame. It's so accepted in our culture that that's what the norm is. And that's what I thought the norm was. So that's when I knew it was becoming a problem. They got stories about me that people be telling that's lies, because people tell stories that they heard. And so it don't necessarily be the truth. I don't even laugh at myself when people say I got a story about it. So I'll be like, okay, what the story is. If it's kind of true, and if I think that's something I could have done, okay, I accept it. But some of that stuff, that didn't happen. That's not how the story went. This is how the story went. So to avoid all of that stuff, the best thing for my story never changed. My story is always go to detox, because this is what worked for me. I went to detox. I'm gonna say this in every video. My story never changed. Go to detox. I would go straight to rehab after that. You're not gonna like a lot of stuff that go on in rehab, like people telling you what to do. what time they go to sleep, what you eating, going into the meetings, because they pounding you with material every day to do. Just participate in class and go in there and do it. Get it over with. They're trying to save your life. They got a job too. If you listen to them, you might learn something. The sober man is telling you that his alcoholism came from not so much of a rough upbringing and traumatizing and all this. Like, no, I wanted to party just like everybody else was partying, and I gave myself that addiction. I woke up with no gigs. I woke up with no friends. Well, if they were my friends, they didn't know how to deal with me. I had a few people in my corner. They stuck with me, like an old married couple. They ain't give up. When everybody be talking about go get you a huge support group, everybody ain't gonna want to support you because it gives them something to talk about. And especially if you pissed them off while you was drinking. So whatever friends you got, go to them and explain them your situation, and I'm sure they will team up with the rest of your friends and family to get you some help. Nobody wants to hear the intervention. Nobody wants to hear that. I ain't want to hear it. I ain't want to hear none of that. I wanted to still drink. The first time I went to rehab, I was coming out of jail because I didn't want to pay my tickets. And I got robbed, and I told the police, and they ran my name in New Orleans. There's some corrupt police. I'm not getting into that right now, but they are horrible. And they took me to jail. And so after they took me to jail for not paying my tickets, because they used to just put all kinds of traffic tickets on black people. And I'm not pulling a race card, but it's the truth. The judge was like, he must have been feeling bad. That means he was mad that day. He must have been mad that day because he kept me in there for 3-4 months. And then, I had a friend, she felt sorry for me. And I would have felt sorry for me too. I ain't had no help. I ain't know nothing about no rehab, how I'm going to get there. None of this. It was her and my other friend, we called him Mr. Saxophone, tenor sax. And that saved my life. That saved my life. When she got behind it, a couple of other more people got behind it, and I was reluctant. I went in there kicking and screaming. I did not want to go to no doggone rehab. But when I got in there, and after I've been sober for a week or two, after I've been drinking since I was 18, 19 almost, I went in there in my 30s. Man, that felt good, and I never forgot what that felt like. All that family that I built, all those close bonds I built because of her and him. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy even coming out of rehab. It was not easy coming out of rehab. That's when the real work starts. I thought I had it all figured out after I came out of rehab. I thought I had it all figured out. I ain't gonna drink no more, I ain't gonna smoke no more. No, I still was smoking, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna drink no more. I fell right back into that trap. This time going through divorce and all that kind of stuff. I knew my ex-wife then. She didn't want to have nothing to do with me. I know she didn't. I ruined what a marriage was supposed to be to her. I ruined that for her. I still regret that to this day. Some people say don't live in the past. Certain things that I did in the past, you just don't forget. I'm just trying to save somebody. Like, the story never changes. The story never changes, meaning, like, you hear it all the time. I done hit rock bottom. What happened when people hit rock bottom? They lost their cars, they lost their houses, they lost their kids. The kids don't speak to them. The same thing happened to me. If you compare that to the gangster life, what they tell you? You're gonna go to jail or you're gonna wind up dead. Same thing with alcoholics. The story never ends up well for the alcoholic or the druggie. What are you gonna end up with? Dead or with nothing. You rarely hear them redemption stories where they come out trying. You barely hear that. So, the point is, none of them stories never change. Gotta get your life together. You gotta get your act right. You gotta get your hustle on. Because the world keeps spinning, the world keeps moving. When you die, ain't nobody gonna care. With your family and your few friends you got. They gonna mourn for a little while, and that's it. They gonna get over you. They gonna put you, gonna be an afterthought. They ain't showing up at your gravesite every day. What legacy did you leave? What legacy did you leave? I'm gonna keep preaching the same stuff. Go to detox, then go to rehab. Alright, that's it for today's video. Please hit the like and subscribe button. We're gonna catch you on the next video. Thank y'all. Peace.